Overkill's The Walking Dead. From the creators of Payday, put your zombie survival fantasies to the test. Based on the critically acclaimed comic from Robert Kirkman, players will be left to survive in a doomed Washington, D.C. Its co-op mode offers a team-based survival experience similar to the show, except it's not as shitty in comparison. It's coming this 2018 on the PSVR and Oculus Rift. Lantern, a relaxing game where you play as a lantern being blown by the wind.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ces sous-titres? Donnez froid, coup.
It shares a similar gameplay element to Ubisoft's Eagle Flight VR. Bring back the color of this empty town and find out the hidden stories behind each glowing light. Bring the power of everlasting love to this world as it releases sometime this 2018 on the PSVR. Pixel Rip 1989. This young kid is transported back to the 80s and it's your job to help him play a game called Pixel Ripped. Strap your VR gear and go on a quest to command a man named Dot to recover the Pixel Stone from evil hands. It's a game within a game and it offers a brilliant homage to the 80s. It's set to release sometime this 2018 on the HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, and PSVR. Darth Vader VR. How does it feel to be one with the Force? Anakin Skywalker's dark side goes full force in this upcoming VR game. Control the Emperor's right-hand man and force choke anyone you see. Use your lightsaber to sever the limbs of rebel scum. Unfortunately, you don't get to breathe the same way as Vader, and that's kinda disappointing. It's coming this 2018 on the HTC Vive. Cog VR, a brain-teasing VR game where a robot challenges your mind. As you're trapped in a strange spaceship, prove to these aliens that your cognitive skills are way above baseline. These questions are carefully selected to really test your cognitive and rehabilitative clinical skills. It's not just a game, it's their own way of promoting mental health awareness. It's coming sometime this early 2018 on the HTC Vive. MGS Leisure 1000. A simple leisure game with a weird title. All you have to do is sit down, strap your VR gear, and enjoy over 5 leisure modes such as bowling, pool, table tennis, and even dancing around nightclubs. It's currently on Steam's Early Access if you want to try it out, and it's aiming for a release this January 1st, 2018 on the HTC Vive and Oculus Rift. World War Toons. An odd combination of a tank game and a shooter packed into one. Change any character on the fly as you commandeer your troops to victory in a cartoon-filled battle. Find tanks to grant yourself an edge in battle and find power-ups scattered throughout the map. It's a game that's completely designed for virtual reality. It takes advantage of the technology, offering a seamless VR experience. It's coming this February 2018 on the HTC Vive, PSVR, and Oculus Rift. Overload. 6 Degrees of Freedom from Revival Productions. It's currently in development and on Steam's Early Access. Utilize your piloting skills throughout the game's various levels, collect over 13 explosive weapons, and face against 12 terrifying robot enemies. It's still in its development roadmap, and you can see their plans on their corresponding pages. It's set to release sometime this 2018 on the PSVR. Moss. Get drawn into a world of magic and mystery in this PlayStation VR exclusive. Play as Quill.
Quoi? je suis pas tellement d'accord. Bon, on se fait quoi? On va regarder la fin de ça.
A courageous young mouse embarking on an epic quest to save the world after a dangerous magic awakens. Travel to fantastic places and forge a unique relationship with this adorable mouse in each passing moment. Interact with its dynamic world and admire its wonder. It's set to release on December 31st, 2018. Allison Road. Ah, the spiritual successor to PT. Things are looking grim in this game's development, but it's certainly coming. This first-person horror lets you explore a mysterious house inhabited by a terrifying ghost. Jump scares are in every corner, but only when the atmosphere kicks in. It's coming indefinitely this 2018 on the Oculus Rift. White Day 2 Swan Song. This follow-up to the 2016 game offers the same spine-tingling chills like before. Apparently, details are scarce since their website is entirely Korean. What we know so far is that it completely changes the way we see White Day, and it will offer a nightmare-inducing horror experience. Stay tuned for more updates on this game as it releases sometime this 2018 as a PlayStation VR exclusive. The American Dream. A satirical take on the United States of America. Step into a virtual reality trip to the 1950s where everything is white, and picture Bioshock in a more ridiculous sense with subtle racial discrimination.
Mais là où je veux faire ma vie, j'imagine pourquoi pas.
More donuts, and of course, free guns. Use your guns to absolutely do anything ordinary to the downright odd. Use it to eat burgers, drive a car, or build something. It's basically an alternate version of your hands. No wonder it's called the American Dream. It's coming to the Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, and PSVR sometime this 2018. Zing the Land Beyond, a VR game that doesn't necessarily take you to medieval fights and face off ghastly monsters. This Zen-like adventure lets you explore the land beyond. As a dead person, roam around its beautiful afterlife and interact with interesting stuff. Solve puzzles and uncover a deep mystery, and control the weather with your newfound abilities. It's coming to the PSVR sometime this 2018. Dead Secret, another horror VR on our list. Set in a rural town where anything can happen in the dead of night. Play as an investigator trying to find the reason why a certain professor died. Obtain clues, find bizarre objects, and find a potential killer on the loose. It's deeply creepy as the game progresses, and you must be on your toes all the time. It's coming sometime this 2018 as a PSVR game. Gungrave VR. A PlayStation 2 classic, this cinematic action shooting game will feature a story that goes beyond overdose. The game is optimized for virtual reality, and that means we get to shoot with infinite bullets, break things, and wreak havoc around its world. It incorporates a mix between first and third person mode,